And how do you feel like the younger guys have done so far this week, giving you realistic looks of Oregon State on the scout team?
Um, Fine. I think they enjoying their meetings, enjoying having that role. They're a major contributor to the team. I think every football coach knows that, and anybody that's played a long time understands that. That also almost all the great players have spent some time with scout team, developing their skills, going against the best offensive defense that program has at that time. So try to really use it as maybe not a badge of honor, but a real um, opportunity to help the team in any way they can.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Other questions? Raise your hand, please. Theo, go ahead.
Was your second scrimmage kind of the deciding factor on choosing starting quarterback internally? Was that kind of the last thing that you guys needed to see?
Probably not. Probably the other way. There was some. That wasn't necessarily a play football scrimmage. Let's see what you got. It was much more situational. The guys in each group, really, really mixed up, and really just to get the awareness of the situations, and really how we're going to handle game day, from pregame warmups to stretch to, how we're going to handle the headsets and communications on the sideline. So I would say no, that wasn't the deciding factor. I don't think that was a fair opportunity to say that, I guess, if that's a better way to put it.
So it was more of the first scrimmage that kind of played into the decision, I guess. You guys were using that scrimmage more to determine.
I think the first scrimmage was, but also they were a week earlier in the offense. I think it was probably a combination of the first scrimmage and all the practices.
What are kind of the advantages and disadvantages of naming a starter publicly? You talked yesterday about how you've kind of done it both ways. What do you think maybe works in a quarterback's favor to have it announced publicly and the other way around too?
Well, I'm not terribly happy I made the mistake of saying that we made one internally. I think I don't want to put anything on our team where they need to worry about it or they need to answer questions about it, or so that's on me. But I think as much element of surprise we can do for the first game is usually something that I like to do. Fuck, it got me.
Other questions for Coach? Cody Schuler, go ahead.
Coach, I know you may not, same with the quarterback position, you may not name it publicly, but have you also decided internally on some of the other position battles that have been going on, or are those still open?
I think we know Renard and Travell are going to play for us. Jameer's done a nice job. I think there's multiple guys in the running back room that can help us. I think we may end up playing more, not just because of COVID, but just because of making sure we're optimum as far as game shape. We may rotate a little bit more. I mean, that could be. I think there's guys that could roll in and out a little bit more than maybe we're used to as a coaching staff. I think defensively we'll use multiple guys also. So I don't know that it's necessarily to the extent of the quarterback position, if that makes sense.
Are the five guys along the offensive line set? Because I know that's a position that typically does not have a lot of rotation. So or are those still getting looked at as well?
There's still a few guys trying to claw at each other to get up there, but we've been fairly consistent with the five for the last week or so.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Other questions for Coach? Theo, go ahead.
Do you guys know yet if parents and family members will be able to come to at least the home games this season? Have you guys gotten clarity on that?
I don't. That's definitely a question I get from the team also. As soon as I hear, I'd probably let them know, and then you guys will probably hear before we talk. But no, I do not know that.